Hello friends, welcome to Shankar IAS Academy Daily Newspaper Analysis. Today's date is 13/7/2020. So, displayed here are the list of articles that we are about to discuss. The first article is going to be about PDS system and its impact on household expenditure. The next article is going to be about the recent report of NITI Aayog about SDG. The third one is going to be about green financing for the green projects. The next one will be the green steel making. And the fifth article will be about the prevalence of high unemployment rate in India. And finally, we will be moving on to the prelims practice question section. So without much delay, let's get started.
Look at this article. Here we are going to discuss about the PDS impact on household expenditure. PDS is nothing but public distribution system. See, the questions on Food Corporation of India or public distribution system or even FSSAI has been a frequently asked question in both prelims and mains. So let's get to the understanding of this topic holistically. Let's start with some background understanding of PDS. See, PDS actually traces back to 3rd century BC, where the Mahastan inscription has some evidence to show the existence of PDS system there. And then in the medieval era, Alauddin Khilji implemented price regulation and grain distribution, which is actually the main objectives of PDS systems. Moving on, let us see early achievements of PDS and also its evolutionary path over the years. It actually reduced India's food scarcity during the post-war era around 1960s. Then it actually expanded the success of Green Revolution. Then the PDS was revamped in 1992. It became more targeted by focusing on the targeted blocks of 1773. It offered 20 kg of rice at subsidized price. So then it was again revamped like Targeted Public Distribution System (TPDS). It actually focuses on poor, and related schemes like Antyodaya Anna Yojana was implemented. It identifies poorest among the below poverty line people. Then comes the National Food Security Act of 2013. It covers 75% of the rural poor and 50% of urban population under Antyodaya Anna Yojana. Moving on, let us see the constitutional role of PDS. See, it is very important to understand the relation between constitutional articles and PDS. It comes very handy in both prelims and mains, so keep a note on it. Look at this, Article 47. See, it mentions like it is the duty of the state to raise the nutrition and living standard. So the PDS comes a point of focus here. And then the Article 21, which mentions about right to life. Here the right to life indirectly ensures right to health, which is also interlinked with PDS system. Then Article 14, which actually focuses on equality. It ensures equal access of food for all. Moving on, let us see the linkages between PDS and SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals. The goal one, which majorly focuses on more poverty, providing affordable food to the vulnerable section, which is actually the main objective of PDS. Now the goal 2, it focuses on zero hunger. Since PDS covers 75% of rural population and 50% of urban population, it indirectly and directly addresses the issue with respect to hunger and poverty. Moving on, the goal 3, which stresses on good health and well-being, is an direct outcome of PDS system. And the goal 5 of gender equality is also been related to PDS. And also the goal 10 of reducing the inequality by ensuring access to food for all is an objective and outcome of PDS. So moving on, let us see the food security system in India in brief. See, the Food Corporation of India, which is actually the state agency, manages procurement, storage and distribution. See, there are two types of procurement. One is centralized one and other one is decentralized one. Here the centralized one denotes the procurement done by FCI and also its distribution, which is actually a limited in role. Then the decentralized one, it is actually the state agencies procure from the remote areas in the states, which is actually the more effective one in practice. Let us now move on to see the challenges there in the PDS system. See, there is an existence issue of hardship for farmers due to the refusal of procurement due to lower staffs, and there is a high dependence on hired storage and also underutilized FCI facilities, and also there is a problem of lack of infrastructure in some regions, and also damage of food grains due to pests, leakage and rotting. And more importantly, climate change impact on the crop yield is also one of the major issues that is affecting the efficiency of PDS system in India. Moving on, let us see how we can improve PDS system and food security holistically. The first one will be digitalization. By preventing leakages, ensuring fair distribution through schemes like Udan can address this issue. The second one is the use of new technology like effective and efficient irrigation and use of genetically modified crops and use of drones in farming, and also like shifting to precision farming methods can aid in the betterment of Indian agricultural system and PDS system also. The third one is legalization of MSP. It can ensure fixed incomes for the farmers based on the production. The next one is crop insurance. It protects farmers from the crop losses. The fifth and the final one is establishing direct channels. It is the major issue. It can address the middleman crisis in India, which is actually bothering the agriculture sector on the whole and also affecting the livelihood of the farmers in India. See, it can actually ensure upliftment of those communities that are indulged in agriculture sector in India by the way of direct benefit transfers. See, by ensuring accessibility, affordability and availability and also more importantly sustainability can ensure the success of PDS in India. So with this, let's move to the next article.
Look at this article. It is about India's progress in the SDG report recently released by NITI Aayog. So let's see what are the details that has been shown in this report. See, it is actually the fourth report of NITI Aayog and more importantly, India has shown a considerable improvement from its previous report. Let's see how. The key improvements have been shown in health, education, poverty reduction. But the challenges remain in income inequality and gender equality. Let's see the India's progress. Goal number 1, that is no poverty. See, the achievement has been, the poverty has been steadily declining from 21.9% in 2011 to 10.2% in 2019. Several schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana for financial inclusion has been beneficial in this regard. And with respect to goal number 2, that is zero hunger, the major achievement has been the food grain distribution to 800 million people during COVID-19. And schemes like PM Kisan has been aiding that in India's achievement in its progress. And with respect to goal number 3, it is about good health and well-being. Infant mortality rate has been considerably reduced from 50 in 2009 to 28 per 1000 live births in 2020. Schemes such as Ayushman Bharat has been a guiding factor for this regard. And with respect to goal number 4, that is quality education, see, the gross enrollment ratio in the higher education has been increased very considerably from 24.3% in 2014 to 27.1% in 2019 and 2020. Schemes like National Education Policy of 2020 for 100% education has been a guiding phenomena so far. And with respect to goal number 5, that is gender equality, major achievement has been the women's earning ratio to men has improved from 0.56 in 2015 to 0.73 in 2023. Schemes like Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao scheme has been one of the most significant schemes that help to ensure gender equality in this regard. Now with respect to clean water and sanitation, that is the goal number 6, India has achieved over 600 million people with sanitation facilities, which is majorly because of Swachh Bharat mission. And there is also a plan under Jal Jeevan mission for piped water to all the rural households by 2024. And now coming to affordable and clean energy sustainable development goal of 7. See, recently renewable energy capacity reached up to 100 gigawatts by 2020, but the plan has been for 175 gigawatts by 2022 and 450 gigawatts by 2030. See, these are the major goals that India has accomplished so far. And one more important thing to note is the goal numbers and the associated goals will be a very handy notes for all the UPSC aspirants in our mains and also in the prelims. So have a note on it.
Look at this article. It talks about green financing for the green projects. See, this topic is very important for GS paper 3 in mains and also for prelims 2025. So let's get started straight away. See, the green growth has been a top priority because it focuses on green industries and economic transitions, and more importantly, they are environmentally friendly for agriculture and sustainable energy. So let's discuss about the key initiatives in this regard. First one is green hydrogen mission, and then energy transition and storage projects, renewable energy evacuation and infrastructure, green credit card program, and more importantly, PM Pranam, which focuses mainly on renewable energy. Then the Govardhan scheme, which is for bio-CNG. Then the Bharatiya Prakrit Kheti Bio-Input Resource Centers. Then for the organic farming Mishti program. Then for biodiversity Amrit Dharodhar. Then coastal shipping and vehicle replacement policies. Let's now move on to see the strategies mainly for the success of green funding and renewable energy transition. The first one is scaling of renewable energy. See, it emphasizes on the private investment mainly because they are competitive in cost. And then thirdly, it focuses on the large scale storage solution. The next one is self-reliance in solar panels within 5 years actually. In this regard, government procurement has been a first priority in this scheme. The second one is production linked incentive, which highly aids in India's transition to self-reliance, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. The third one is long-term rupee debt. It enables a lower rate prices for the developers supported by green bonds. See, green bonds are those particularly help in renewable energy or green energy based projects. So understanding this is very important for prelims 2025 and also for mains GS3. And the fourth strategy is PLI and FAME for battery production. It is very highly relevant for ensuring self-reliance in electric vehicle transition and battery production in India. And the fifth one is green hydrogen for green manufacturing. See, all these strategies will help in India transition to the renewable energy sectors and also help in India attaining the Paris goal commitments and also sustainable development goals. So with this, let's move on to our next topic for this discussion. Look at this topic. It talks about the fray for green steel making. Here we have to understand about green steel and associated terminologies, which comes very handy for the prelims and also in mains paper 3. So let's get started. Firstly, let's see about the green steel project in India. It is actually led by the Institute of Minerals and Material Technology, that is IMMT. It is supported by the Ministry of Steel. It actually aims for 100% hydrogen based direct reduced iron, shortly known as DRI. Now let's see about what is a green hydrogen mission. See friends, actually the green hydrogen mission project has been in question in last year also in both prelims and mains. So please have a note. It is actually 455 crore project allocated for piloting green steel making. There are three methods considered here. Let's see them one by one. The first one is 100% hydrogen based direct reduced iron. The second one is hydrogen injection in the blast furnaces. The third one is hydrogen blending with the natural gas in DRI plants, that is direct reduced iron plants. Moving on, let's see the green steel making process. It starts with the production of hydrogen. It makes use of renewable energy such as wind and solar. It is actually done by splitting the water into hydrogen and oxygen respectively. The next stage will be to reduce iron ore. It will be done by the use of hydrogen to remove the oxygen from the iron ore. It creates water vapor and not carbon dioxide. Please note that. The next will be making of steel products by refining and shape liquid steels. And finally, by the use of electric arc furnace and melting, the final steel will take place. Let's now see the benefits one by one. It replaces coal with hydrogen. It significantly cuts carbon emission and also it is more greener in production purpose. So with this we have come to the end of this article. So it is very important for both prelims and mains. So please understand this topic in both factual and detailed descriptive manner also. Moving on, let's get into the next topic for the discussion of the day. Our next article is about high unemployment rate in India. See, high unemployment, it comes under GS1 and GS3 also. It is very important for UPSC mains. And also recently in prelims, the trend has been using statistics and data related to unemployment rate in India. So understanding this and the related statistics will come very handy in eliminating or assessing the options for the MCQs. So without much delay, let's get started. See the introduction. Let's start with the basic understanding about the definition of unemployment. It is actually willing and able to work, but actually there are no jobs available. Let's now see about the indicators of economic health. High unemployment can be equated to low demand and supply. Current situation in India as of June 2024 is high unemployment rate, which is around 9.2% according to CMIE report. So let's move on to see the types of unemployment in brief. The first one is seasonal unemployment. It is actually very temporary unemployment due to seasons. For example, in agricultural sector, there is a temporary engagement of laborers with respect to productive works. So it is very seasonal in nature. The second one is disguised unemployment. Here actually more workers than needed are present. So there will be very low productivity. The third one will be the structural unemployment. It is only because of the skill mismatch between the workers and the job market need. So there is a technically unemployment prevalence over there. And the fourth one will be cyclical unemployment. It is actually caused by economic downturns, mainly during the recession period, where the state of economy will be very slow. Now moving on, let us see technological unemployment. It is actually a part of structural unemployment because here the job losses are due to automation like AI and machine learning, which is actually replacing the in-person job of any skilled persons. Moving on, let us see what are the further causes of unemployment. The first one is population growth, which actually outpaces the economic growth, which creates job opportunities. The second one is political instability. It is directly equated to discouragement in investment, which undermines the job creation in India. The third one is economic mismanagement, which is a typical example for the situation prevailing in Sri Lanka and Venezuela, etc. The fourth one will be business environment. See, the rapid economies lead to higher unemployment. For example, North Korea. The fifth one will be environment. It is nothing but the extreme climatic changes, which is directly or indirectly linked to the economic development and also job creation. For example, sub-Saharan Africa, which is turning very rapidly into an arid region and more arid region and desertic in nature, which actually undermines its economic productivity and also job creation ultimately. Moving on, let us see the measures to reduce unemployment. See, government has taken various reforms over the period. The first one to be quoted here is LPG reforms, which took place in 1991. It liberalized economy, improved business environment, and programs such as Manrega have created 100 days of guaranteed work, and it also a one-third reservation for women, which gives a fair share of employment opportunity for women. The second one will be Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Yojana. It majorly focuses on skill training and minimum wage jobs for the rural poor. The next one is Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana. It focuses on providing the 125 days of guaranteed work, which is actually an evolution of Manrega projects. The last one will be DDY project. It focuses on like skill development and financial support basically, and certain important state initiatives like Rajasthan's gig bill aids in addressing the unemployment problem in the state. These kind of examples will be very helpful in quoting in GS mains, so have a note on it. See, India's ultimate problem of unemployment can be tackled only by leveraging the large youth population for development. So with this, let's move on to the next topic for the discussion. So with this, we have come to the end of the first section and moving on to the second section, that is quiz of the day. Look at our first question. It talks about a question regarding what is a green hydrogen. So here are the options. Have a look at this. Option A, hydrogen produced from natural gas. Option B, hydrogen produced using renewable energy sources. And option C, hydrogen produced from coal. And option D, hydrogen produced using nuclear energy. So the correct answer for this question is hydrogen produced using renewable energy source, that is option B. Look at the second question. Consider the following green projects in India: National Solar Mission, Green India Mission, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Which of the above are the part of India's National Action Plan on Climate Change? Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 4 only. Option C, 1, 2, 3 only. And option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The correct answer is option C, 1, 2 and 3. Let's have a look at the national action for the plan on climate change. It consists of 8 schemes individually. The first one is National Solar Mission, the second is Green India Mission, then the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, the fourth one is National Mission for the Sustainable Agriculture, the fifth one is National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, sixthly the National Mission for Green India, seventhly National Mission for Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change, and the last one is National Mission for Water. From this, you might have understand that Swachh Bharat is not a part of this mission. So with this, let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. The distribution of income in an economy is represented by Gini coefficient. Statement 2. The degree of income inequality in an economy is represented by Lorentz curve. Which of the above statements is or correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2, because the distribution of income in an economy is represented by Lorentz curve. The degree of income inequality is in an economy is represented by Gini coefficient.
So friends, that's all for the today's discussion. Displayed here is the today's main practice question. Interested aspirants can write it in the comment section below. The question is, discuss the measures to counter the increasing numbers of anemia cases in women and children. See, it is a 50-mark question and it should be around 250 words. Please write it in the comment section and we will do the review. So with this, we have come to the end of this discussion. If you like this video, please hit like, share and comment and subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.